Welcome again to Bake Your Way Kitchen. On today's video I'm going to show you a special recipe that I've made for a while. It's a favorite. It's a Chia quick bread. It's actually, to be more specific, it's a chai chia bread. And it's absolutely delicious. Now the chai part is optional, but I think it's amazing. So let's just dig right into this. The ingredients, as you know, are available on the website. So what I've got here, I've got a bunch of things out. So the first thing you're going to need is a 1/4 cup, 60 grams of chia seeds. Now let me tell you, if you haven't heard of chia seeds, you have to check it out. There are these brown, or sometimes they're white seeds. You can put them in different things. Like I'm going to put it in 3/4 of a cup of milk, which I'll do right now. And this is going to need time to sit. I'm also going to add in a couple teaspoons of lemon juice. And what I'm going to do is give this a quick mix and let this sit for a bit. Chia seeds are a new and up-and-coming ingredient that people are using more and more often. It absorbs a lot of liquid. It's very good for your body. It's got a lot of antioxidants, and if you can use it in anything, you should use it because it's a powerhouse for nutrition. And it's just an ingredient I want to try to use more of. So I'm going to put this to one side for 1 minute. So I've got my milk, a little bit of lemon juice, and chia seeds there. And I've got here my dry ingredients. I got just like half a lemon of the lemon zest, the outside of a lemon, and you just simply use a microplane to do that. I've got a teaspoon of chai spice blend. Now I have a recipe on my website for the chai spice blend if you want to check it out. I do encourage it. I really love chai, but if you're not a huge fan of chai, I know some people are, then you can leave that out. I got 2 teaspoons of baking powder as well, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Those are in dry ingredients, but before we do that, we are going to start with our wet ingredients. I've got here half a cup of butter that's softened at room temperature. That's pretty important. And while you're doing that, also you're going to need to prepare a loaf pan. And you can either butter it or just put a piece of parchment paper. And you'll also need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius. So you don't need a stand mixer for this. This is a quick 1 bowl recipe. You can just beat in your butter just until it's nice and creamy smooth, just like right about now. And we're going to add in half a cup, 100 grams of sugar. That's good. Give that a quick mix. Now you can adjust the sugar if you want a little bit less. If you want, I find it's just sweet enough with half a cup, but if you really want to keep it a little bit on the less sweet side to be a bit healthier, feel free to leave it out. So you just want to do it till it's light and fluffy here, which it is. Now, I've got 1 egg here. Now, this is optional. You can actually make this without an egg. I've done it without an egg, but I really like to add the egg. It adds richness to the bread. I think it goes a long way to add the egg, but again, completely optional. I know some people try to steer away from eggs now. And so I'm going to quickly add this egg in. And it'll develop a bit of color, obviously, with the egg. Now you're going to notice this is going to curdle a little bit because we got just our wet ingredients here. And it's going to, once your egg has been fully incorporated, we're going to add in our chia lemon mixture. And you can see the chia seeds, they've really soaken up a lot of the milk. And we're going to bring this together. Look at that. Doesn't that look incredible? This is a powerhouse of nutrition. I definitely encourage you to give this a try. I know there's a lot of seeds in here, but trust me when I say it's worth it. It's so good for you. Let's see. So give this a quick whisk. Now, I'm using 1 1/4 cups of whole wheat flour. You could use all-purpose if you want. That is up to you. I just like for my breads to use whole wheat flour, but it's completely optional which one you use. Once you give your dry mixture a quick mix, we can add it in to our wet mixture. And we're just going to stir this to combined. As you can see, this is very quick and easy to put together. So you just want to mix it well. And this is such a great bread because there's no yeast, so it's very fast. It doesn't need rising, or it doesn't need a lot of kneading. You pretty much, as soon as it all comes together, you're good to go. So this is what your batter should look like. Mine's a little thick, so sometimes I find with flour, you never know with the flour. Sometimes if it's a little bit thick, you can add a little bit more milk, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm actually using almond milk. Great. I just added about a tablespoon. So sometimes I find I need to do that with certain recipes, especially if you're using different flours. Certain flours need more liquid than others. Not sure why. So this is our bread. It's ready to go into our loaf pan. I'll show you what it looks like before it's in the oven. Chai chia bread is now in the loaf pan. I buttered it and then put a piece of parchment paper down. This is going to go into your preheated oven for about anywhere, again, all ovens are different, 35 to 50 minutes. And what you're looking for is a toothpick. If you insert it in, you should insert it in the center, and that way if you take it out and if it comes out clean, you know it's done. Another indicator, and this is one you want to try to use later on, is when you take it out of the loaf pan, if it's a little bit hollow, then you know that it's cooked through. That it's baked through. So I'm going to put this in the oven and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. So I've now taken the chai bread, keep mixing those two words up, out of the oven. I let it cool and I've removed it, and I've still got it on the piece of parchment paper. I just want to cut the inside so you can see what it looks like. Ooh, it smells amazing. I'm going to take a taste. That's very good. It's got a little hint of lemon flavor, which I really think complements the chia seeds, and I really taste that chai. That chai is really coming through. This is a great morning bread. You can just have it on its own or serve it with butter. Sometimes even what I like to do with these sweet breads. This one's slightly sweet. It's not ultra sweet. It's definitely not as sweet as a banana bread. It's a little lighter than that. But what I like to do is sometimes crumble it in yogurt with some fruit. It tastes really good. Anyway, I hope you give this recipe a try. As you can see, it's so easy. No activating yeast, none of that. It's a quick bread, very easy to put together. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.